Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long Boys Blues, 1975. YouTubers on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long Boys Blues, 1975.
Hey YouTube, Longboys Post 1975, and welcome to a, well, I was going to say a system overview, which technically you could argue it is, but it's more of a product overview, and that would be the My Arcade Karate Champ. I'll try and get this so there is no glare on it. Now basically, it's a mini arcade cabinet with, you can see, I am going to open it, obviously, joystick and fire buttons, and it features the granddaddy of all fighting games in the arcade, 1984's Karate Champ by Data East. And I have to say, the box it's really nice. It's got a hang tab, so I'm curious as to how many of these you could get hanging it up. But anyway, there's a whole series of these different arcade machines and stuff like that. But basically, it's a system on a chip, because someone, I think it was James King on Facebook, when I put up that I've been sent this, linked me a video on YouTube where the person shows you that you can mod it, or hack it I should say, and access every single game. So I think it goes for roughly about £20. So you could argue, well, that's a bit shit that they don't let us access every game. Well, maybe, well, you can if you hack it, but from a perspective of building it, then one chip, because it's so easy for them to mass produce it, makes sense that it's got all these games in this series of arcade cabinets. Why would they just make one chip, with a game on per cabinet? That would put the production costs through the roof. So I kind of understand that, and also I would think 20 quid for one game for something like this, which is a nice collector's piece, really isn't too much anyway. So right, released in 1984, it's a one-on-one fighting game. In the arcade, as a kid, I tried to play it. I never could because I couldn't get my head around the fact that it had two joysticks. That just blew my mind and rocked my world. I couldn't do it. The fact that this has a joystick and buttons is the first giveaway to the fact that this is, I don't know yet, we shall see, but I got a horrible feeling that this is the NES version and not the arcade version. So again, why you couldn't put the arcade version on this, I truly don't know. I don't know if any other ones in this series of cabinets, My Arcade cabinets, have like the NES equivalent of it, or actually have the arcade ROM. So if you do know that, please let me know. Anyway, the box is lovely. It says on the side, it gives you, try and get the glare down to a minimum, gives you a history of the arcade. So basically, yeah, it created one-on-one fighting games, and then obviously that was like the first proper one-on-one fighting game in the arcades. And then by Konami, obviously different company, then Ya Kung Fu came out a year or so later, which introduced the health bar and not the one hit, one fall or fail mechanic of this game. So those two games are very, very important games in the history of one-on-one fighting in the arcades. And also Karate Champ had a massive effect on the 8-bit systems in the United Kingdom, because of they clearly inspired Way of the Exploding Fist, which I've got videos on, and I really would recommend checking it out. And personally, I think it's better than the arcade, particularly on the Commodore 64 and the ZX Spectrum. It's on the BBC, it's on the Amstrad, it's on absolutely bloody everything, but it's clearly inspired by Karate Champ, so much so that Data East tried to sue them, but courts threw it out, saying that they don't own one-on-one fighting, the genre as such. Just because they created a game, they don't own the genre, even though they are remarkably similar. And years later, when Capcom tried to sue someone for ripping off either Street Fighter or Street Fighter 2, I don't know, with a very similar style game, the same court case had set a precedent, so that was thrown out as well. But yeah, it's a really nice box. I particularly like the fact that you've got this cardboard over plastic, it's not printed onto the plastic, character of how he would look in the game. It's got some weight to it. Let's crack into it. It comes with 3 sealed points around here, but obviously I've cut them for the purpose of this video. I do like stuff that you can get back into the packaging really easy, so that's kind of cool. Again, I'm sorry about the glare, because I will probably display this in the box. Now, there's the unit itself, more plastic on the bottom. Right off the bat, I can tell you, it's got a reasonable amount of weight to it. It's not like holding a lead brick or anything, but yeah, there is a little bit of weight to it. But we'll show you the cabinet in a moment because I believe there are instructions. Wow. I'm not sure why it's so thick. I'm assuming different, languages. Italiano. Right, where's the front? Francais, English. So yeah, it's incredibly thick, but you get one page of instructions that essentially shows you all the points of the unit, such as the joystick, the buttons, the bit with the coins apparently is the on switch, and yeah, that's it. So look. And then you get health and safety, and then you're on to the next language. So basically, I guess they can market it anywhere in the world. That's pretty thick considering it's 3 pages of instructions. But we don't care about instructions, do we? Anyway, so let's have a look at the cabinet. It's really, really nice. This is a sticker, so you've got a Karate Champ. I don't know how accurate this is to, the arcade cabinet itself, but that certainly looks familiar. That's repeated on both sides. You have a start, select, an A and B, and a joystick that screws into, because you can remove it for us like that. Certainly I'm not going to remove it because I don't want to lose it. Screw into the D-pad. You have an on and off here, which is where the coins go. I like that. I like it a lot. And then you have a non-screwed in cover unit for the batteries. I like that. I hate it when they put the screw in it. It really annoys me. And you've got a sticker on the front. And I'm looking at that, and I'm pretty sure that is the NES version, but we will find that out when we fire it up. How do I get that off? Indeed, how do I get that off? Like that. So I don't know what the screen size is. It's not massive, but you know, size isn't important apparently. Right, so now you've got I can't see what it is. A very small, is it a micro USB point there? So can you run it without any batteries in? Because obviously it takes 4 AA's. So what happens if you put rechargeable batteries in and run it off the mains? Does it charge it? I don't know. I'm certainly not going to plug it in because I have non-rechargeable batteries, 4 AA's, to try in this unit for this video. Should have opened these first, shouldn't I? Oh well, ho hum. Right, bring them in. I've got a few of these. Most of the stuff I got is Chinese knockoff tap, whereas this is obviously an actual original product by My Arcade. But I do like mini arcade cabinets, particularly games like this, because like I said, it's just nostalgia fest. Right, on. Is there a volume on it? It would appear not, but anyway. That's a very nice screen. The speaker is on the back. Gonna fight? Is this a demo? Yep, this is a demo. Don't worry, I will film it and try and capture some footage. How easy that's going to be, I do not know. That's the NES version, isn't it? Because I'm assuming, or I remember there being speech in the arcade. So I don't know, are all of these NES ones, even though they make them out to be the arcade cabinet? If you've got a few of these, because this is my first up My Arcade, I would like to know. And obviously, I will eventually hack it, so I guess I would find out then anyway. But, press start. No, that's reset. Yeah, it's definitely the NES version because there's no, you know, insert coin flashing. That's a very good speaker. That's a very good speaker. Right, I don't know if there's any point in me showing it like this, and we'll just have to... But anyway, it's not where the exploding fist, it's one hit, you know, and the opponent reacts or goes down or whatever. It's point scoring, basically. Anyway, right, so I'm going to see if I can capture some footage and then I will round up on it. Right, so here we go, Karate Camp. I'd just like to apologise for how this looks capturing. I've tried capturing it on my phone and you couldn't see anything. Trying this on my camcorder and you can see even less. Anyway, it is the NES version, as you can tell. So reset, and then title screen. This one is start. I could never get my head around the controls in the arcade when you had 2 joysticks, so I don't know what these buttons do. Right, so I'm the bloke in white on the left, hopefully you can see that. flying kick. So this... So what is this? This kick? This is punch? Right. Nope. Floor sweep. Backwards. Oh, that button appears to be fight that way. So I don't know if that's to be used when he passes you or you know, flip around the back or whatever. You know what I mean. Change positions or direction you're facing. I'll get there in a minute. Anyway, so what is it? Best 2 out of 3? So right, graphics is just clearly the NES. I don't want to go on about Where the Exploding Fist too much, but I would say that that's got far more frames of animation. As for moves, I don't know. Is this, when it comes to moves, fully accurate to the arcade? The thing is, you can't really see it very well, but I can assure you that in person, this screen is both tasty and delicious. It's very, very, very sharp. It's a very small screen, but it's very sharp. Get some of that in your face. My foot, that is. Music's on an incredibly small loop. I mean, this was the granddaddy of fighting games in the arcade. What else was around comparable to it when it was on the NES? I don't know. Sweet! I would have liked music on a bigger loop. This is a pretty, you know, for a NES one-on-one fighter, like I said, I don't know what else there was around. This is alright. I would have been happy with this. Well, actually, no, if I played Where the Exploding Fist and then I was seeing that and then saw this, I probably wouldn't have been happy. But then, if you lived in North America at the time, the only way you would have seen Where the Exploding Fist was on the Commodore 64. But then again, that was a very popular arcade machine, so that would have been a lot of people. Because I know it came out over there. I'm awful at this. Very bad at this. Don't know how many backdrops there are, but there were a few in the arcade. In the nuts. Right. Also, why was there no speech in the nuts again? You'd think he'd be more wary of his plumage, wouldn't you, at that point? But yeah, the NES could do speech. Ow. It's really, really nice tight controls. These buttons are fine, really nice to use. The joystick, well, it's not really a joystick as such, it's just an attachment to a D-pad. Works fine. I'm not sure how it would fare having to play it on a D-pad. I would warrant not as well. We'll have one more go. Alright, flying kick. Come on. Yes. If it's not broke, don't fix it. See what I mean? The sound's really crisp as well. Ow. He can kick you out of mid-air, that's quite impressive. I don't think you could do that on Where the Exploding Fist. Ow. Again, I'll shut up about comparing it to that game. Ooh. Sweet. It's a shame there are no instructions for how to actually play the game in the instruction manual. Well, maybe there are, and I should have read the second 2 pages. I didn't see anything saying that. It was more just an overview of the cabinet. That's my favourite kick. Listen to the music. As they say in Star Trek. Or Cable Guy, dependent upon what you saw it in. Nice. So, we won yet? Yep. Don't overdo it, mate. Now, you should have a bonus round where shit finds your face, and I've never managed to progress. Well, talking about when I was in the arcades, but then I could never get around the joysticks anyway, so I think I only have got to the bonus round at least once. Different background? You know, kind of cool that there are backgrounds. It's a nice start. Right, flying kick. Itchy eye. That's... No, my eye is itchy, that's not a move. Come on! Yes, so you use that button when you go on the other side of them, I think. Ow. You know, I can't help but think fighting on a cliff top or fighting in the desert when you're barefooted it's not the best area to fight, is it? Anyway, let's kick him in the face first, always a good thing. Round up. So, I am very, very sorry that it really didn't capture very well. I mean, if you hold it there, then you can see. Let's press start this. Hopefully, the screen is actually quite sharp and nice. But filming it from my phone when I'm actually trying to play it, and then I eventually tried it with my camcorder, very, very difficult. But hopefully you got an impression for what it is. I mean, obviously it's not a device for you to like game seriously on, whether it's even obviously just this game or you've hacked it and got full ones. It's a novelty device. It's a display item for your shelf. But that said, the build quality is very, very nice. It looks very, very nice. I particularly like the fact that you turn it on here. While it's not a true proper joystick, it's just screwed into the D-pad. When you use the joystick, it's very functional, as are the buttons. They're instantly responsive and stuff like that. I wouldn't like to play it with the D-pad. Sound volume, it seems to be a default. Again, I haven't read the instructions, but it is a nice, loud, and very clear sound quality. So, do I recommend this? It would look absolutely fantastic on your shelf as a display piece, which I'm pretty sure is what it's designed for, especially if you have all the other cabinets, which I would say, would you want to do that if you mod this? But then, I mean, it's a display piece, so possibly, yeah, have a load of them, stuff like that. I'm going to display it on my shelf when I get, sorry, with all the other sort of mini arcade cabinets I have. But yeah, I'm actually quite impressed with this. Nice clear screen, despite the fact that I couldn't record it. Really nice clear sound, concise, good controls. Again, I'm really not sure why it's the NES version of the arcade machine and not the arcade machine. Is that the same across this entire range of games, or is that just certain ones, or this? I'm pretty sure I could go on YouTube and find it out, but if you do know, please leave a comment down below. But for you know, 20 coins or thereabouts, is it worth having? Well, it depends on what you like to put on your shelves, and it depends the attachment you have for the game, because as I said, it's not really a serious platform for playing that game on. If you love it, you would probably play it on MAME or on an actual emulator with a proper joystick on a TV screen. I'll get there in the end. But yeah, cute little display unit, very, very well made. I like it. I like it a lot. I might even get some more. Anyway, as always, I'd love to know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. Smallest loop ever. It's getting on my tits. I'll see you later.